Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to Dazzle's Football Stand. It is time for the UEFA Europa League draw for the round of 16. 16 teams remain in the draw after last night's playoff matches. What was very, very entertaining matches indeed. Monaco, Leverkusen 5-5 on aggregate. Manchester United coming back from 1-0 down to win 2-1 against Barcelona, knocking Barcelona out 4-3 on aggregate. We also had a few penalty shootouts as well. Wene against Shakhtar Donetsk went to penalties. Ghent against Karabakh also went to penalties. And we did also have some teams absolutely running away with it. Juventus and Sporting Lisbon running away with it with 3 and 4-0 wins away from home. Very entertaining games though in the playoff stage of the UEFA Europa League. This is now the round of 16s, the actual round of 16s, where we get to see who goes through to the quarter-finals today. And depending on who United get, will depend on whether they go for it or not. So, here we go then. This is the Europa League draw. Really, really looking forward to seeing what happens here. My name's Darryl Johnson. Great to have your company today. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate, obviously, it's early morning. A lot of people will probably be out at work or something. But, of course, it's half-term holidays, so some people might be actually out and about or could actually be at home watching the draw themselves. You know, or you could be like me, sat here like a wally doing a live stream. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Hello me and hello Scotty. Joining the stream there. It's a bit of an early one. It's an early one for me today. Not really used to streaming this early in the morning, but at the end of the day, you do what you have to do. So I'll explain the procedure very, very quickly. Both teams. The 16 teams will be split into 2 pots. Pot 1 will consist of the seeded teams, the teams that finish top of the Europa League group stages, which do feature Arsenal as well. And the teams in pot 2 are the unseeded teams, which are the teams that won from the playoffs. So I will give you a run through of the teams that are in this draw and who is in which pot. Don't forget, of course, we've also got the UEFA Conference League draw coming up a bit later on today as well. Let me go on to the UEFA.com website. It'll be great. I've got an itchy nose. Oh. It's doing me head in, has it? Right, let me go into the round of 16 draw, and it should come up with the pots. So here we go. So the pot 1 is the seeded teams, pot 2 the unseeded teams, and pot 1 consists of Arsenal, Fenerbahce, Real Betis, Union from Belgium, Real Sociedad, Feyenoord, Freiburg, and Ferencváros. Pot 2 consists of Manchester United, Juventus, Sporting Lisbon, Shakhtar Donetsk, 1. Union Berlin, Bayern 04 Leverkusen, Sevilla, and AS Roma. Some good teams in this draw, really. If United can get Ferencváros or Fenerbahce, then perfect. However, we will be at home, I think, for the first leg, because pot 2 did host the first leg last time. So those are the two pots. Just a reminder, the Wolves, of course, the teams from the same league cannot play against each other. So that Wolves Arsenal versus Manchester United completely. Also means that SC Freiburg cannot go up against Union or Bayern 04 Leverkusen. There is a rule, obviously, the teams from Ukraine and Russia cannot play against each other. There is no Russian clubs in the competition now. Spanish teams can't go up against each other either. Sevilla cannot go against Sociedad or Betis. And also, there's no other restrictions, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think there's any other restrictions. Juventus can't get a warm anyway because they're in the same pot. So everyone else, I think, is fine. So Manchester United can get anyone other than Arsenal. Now, I could have sworn that there was a rule that you can't play against a team that were in the group stage with you, which would have ruled out Wales Sociedad, but turns out that's not the case anymore. So, I don't know. If we do get Wales Sociedad, I think we'll beat them this time. We'll get revenge on them. But one team I think would be a cracking tie if Manchester United did play against these would be SC Freiburg. Cracking side at the minute this season, be very, very entertaining. And also think if it was Arsenal, if Arsenal get Sevilla or Juventus, then I don't think they'll win personally. It's going to be an interesting draw. I'm looking forward to seeing who gets who in this draw. So reminder, teams from the same pot cannot play against each other whatsoever today. Let's have a look. Good morning. I was here 12 hours ago. That's nice. How long till the draw? Stanko Gigancic. I haven't seen you in the streams for a while. Good to see you back. Oh, there he is. It's Claudio Ranieri number 2. Giorgio Marchetti. He'll be going through all the draw procedures and stuff. So the draw should be starting within the next 5 minutes. And don't forget, obviously, do stay tuned. Once this draw's done, we'll be having a break till 12 o'clock, where we'll be staying live, of course, for the UEFA Europa Conference League draw, which takes place from 12 p.m. today. Have you had breakfast? Yeah, no. Scotty, lol. Yeah. Not yet, lol. He just got out of bed. I heard the famous daddy's still in bed. VAR says yes. No. The famous daddy is downstairs watching telly. And also, I got out of bed at 9:45, to be correct. I've been setting everything up since about 10 o'clock. But no, I don't really tend to have breakfast anyway, because what I do anyways, once I've done the stream, I'll probably sort some dinner out. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to have dinner-wise today. Had some bacon and eggies. Did you? That's nice. Good. And what else would I give a comment? We'll beat this. I was out of bed at 6:30. Sort of time. Dad's normally up about that time. Anyway, 6:30, 7:30. Why? I don't bloody know. Got a few people in the stream. Drop us a like on the stream if you haven't already done so, by the way. Go to the chippy. Nah. It's alright. I'll see what I can find. Drop us a like on the stream if you haven't already done so, by the way. That would be absolutely marvellous. The guy who's going to be doing the draw, the final ambassador, I think it is actually a guy who used to play for Fulham back in the day. It's Zoltan Gera. Zoltan Gera. Yes, that's a name I recognise from Fulham. Yes. He was a decent player for Fulham back in the day. Get a large cod and chips with a double hamburger. No. I like a chippy, to be honest. Sausage and chips and curry sauce. I tend to get cod. So.
I saw some beautiful games, especially.
Zoltan Gera is the UEFA Europa League final ambassador. Finals obviously taking place in Budapest. Up your nose! That's me morning brew. What's the most English thing you've seen or heard, mate? Oh, difficult to really say. I mean, I think the most English term that I think everyone uses is the word scran. So I don't hear anyone else outside of England using the word scran. Yeah, that was a new one on me. Well, I heard it first time in Middlesbrough. It was very strange for me. Up your nose, says Enigmatic. Hello, mate. Thank you very much for joining us. Drop us a like on the stream. You haven't already done so, by the way, of course. I'll just put it in the chat, actually. If you wear a blue bucket hat, you'll look like a bottle of orange brew. Hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And if I had a red hat on, I'd look like a match that's already been lit. I'd look like a match. I ask you, honestly. Hey dear. In fairness, right, I don't normally... normally I'm the man with the jokes, but Sam yesterday put... Sam in the chat in a minute, but yesterday... Fatty ate the pies, but he put us in Ansu Fati and Memphis Depay. So he actually worded it very, very cleverly. Who's this? Tobias Habstuch. Who's he? Came over to you at a bowl game once, said hello to you if you remember. If you remember, props, don't you talk to a few, don't you? Yeah, I do think I remember you. Very short hair. It was in one... I'm trying to picture it now. Grown up with very, very short hair, if I remember. Yeah. And he said bald. He wasn't bald. English people drunk, and apparently English people are bad fans according to other people, like other countries, mate. Yeah, I suppose it's alright saying England fans are bad. That England fans are bad. You get bad fans in all countries. There's always every club you go and see, whether it's a national team, whatever. There's good fans, and then there's always that little section. There's always a little section or a small percentage of fans that are absolute twits. It happened at the Euros, didn't it? The Euros, the England fans weren't even that bad at the Euros. It was all because of a bunch of idiots breaking in and causing problems. And that's really... They were the ones that really ruined the Euros, because it was a really, really good Euro 2020, and it was ruined by a bunch of idiots at Wembley. So it's... and every team you go to, even at Borough, there's... Borough fans will hate me for this, but there's... Borough fans are good fans. Borough have a good fan base. But there's always a section in the South Stand where there's just a bunch of idiots or a bunch of 15, 16-year-olds who think they're hard and they're trying to bloody do all this, that and the other at the bloody away fans thinking they're hard, which really gets on me tits. Hence why I don't sit in that stand. The draw is just starting, by the way, and the first team out of the pot is Erste FC Union Berlin. Now, they cannot play against SC Freiburg. They can play against anyone else in the draw. So, who is Union Berlin going to be playing against? Obviously, pot 2 will be the first. Obviously, pot 2 will come out first. A team from pot 2 comes out first. They'll be drawn against a group winner. So they cannot play against SC Freiburg. Who will Union be taking on? Union Saint Galois. Union Saint from Belgium. So 2 Unions going up ahead against each other. That's Erste FC Union Berlin against Union Saint Galois. Or Goa, wherever you pronounce it. Union San, I'm just going to call them. So that's a Deutsch versus Belgian team, both called Union. That might as well be called the Union Derby. Sevilla FC are the next team out then in this Europa League draw. Now they cannot play against Real Sociedad or Real Betis due to same league regulations. So they can play Arsenal, Fenerbahce, Feyenoord, etc. I do like a drink. I might go to the shop and get some cans today actually. That's nice. Banning alcohol made it even worse. Well, some countries you can actually take alcohol to your seats. Fenerbahce, 2 of the teams that I wanted United to get have already gone. So Sevilla take on Fenerbahce. Well, that's goodbye Fenerbahce, because realistically Sevilla are always good in the Europa League, and realistically they'll win. Up your nose. Welcome if you just joined. Drop us a like. Germany, you can take pints of beer into the stands. Yes. Next team then. Juventus. Juventus can play against any team. They can play against any of the teams. Juventus. Ooh. Give them Arsenal. Please give them Arsenal. That'd be hilarious. Give them Arsenal. So it's Juventus. I had to win in the second leg against FC Nantes. The LAS struggled in that first leg. I watched some of the first leg. Or watched 1 or 2 bits, I think, of the first leg and struggled. Oh. That's a hard game. That is a difficult game. Juventus are taking on SC Freiburg. That's a difficult game. Very tough game. Certainly for Freiburg, that is. What's the worst drink and the best drink you tried? Well, I don't do alcohol. I've tried alcohol and it's not the sort of thing that I'd drink. So anything alcoholic I won't drink. Best drink, of course, gotta be Iron Brew, Diet Coke, because I don't drink a lot of diet drinks. Who was that team that just came out that I've just missed because I was talking? Bayern 04 Leverkusen. They can play any of the teams. Bayern 04 Leverkusen. The 3 teams I wanted United to get have all gone. Bayern 04 Leverkusen take on Ferencváros. United are going to get Real Sociedad again, you know. Yeah, some of my family members do drink here and there. Not very often though. Oh, that's annoying. We're going to get Real Sociedad here. Or the toughest. We're going to get one of the toughest ties. Again. Sporting Club de Portugal. Sporting Club can get Real Betis, Feyenoord, Sociedad, Arsenal. I tell you what, if we get Feyenoord, that's a bloody tough tie. Thing is, I would rather, we can't get Arsenal, so our only options are 2 Spanish clubs or Feyenoord. I would rather play Feyenoord than play against a Spanish team, personally. Arsenal against Sporting Club de Portugal. Yeah, let's be honest, Arsenal will probably win that, but hopefully Sporting Club do a job on them because Sporting are a good side. They finished off Midtjylland in that second leg. Sporting against Arsenal, not the easiest one. Manchester United, here we go, right. So we've got Betis, Sociedad or Feyenoord. Real Betis or Feyenoord. Just don't give us Real Sociedad again, for Christ's sake. So United here, who are we going to face? It's going to be a tough tie regardless. Real Betis. Ooh. Not easy, but it could have been a lot worse, let's be honest. Out of the 3 remaining teams, Sociedad, Feyenoord and Betis. Betis is probably the 3rd best on that one. So yeah, it's not a bad draw for us. We're at home first leg as well, but it's another Spanish club, for goodness sake. AS Roma. Oh. It's either Sociedad or Feyenoord. Oh, go on, Roma versus Feyenoord. Oh, that'll be good. Who's the last team in the playoff pot, by the way? So AS Roma are taking on Real Sociedad. And you know, there's some tough games here. Pretty tough games for the teams. With some really tough games. Arsenal's game's not going to be that easy against Sporting Lisbon. Or Sporting de Portugal. And the final teams, and that's FC Shakhtar Donetsk, and they'll be taking on, to finish the draw, Feyenoord. Shakhtar against Feyenoord. Ooh. I mean, realistically, let's be honest, Feyenoord should win that, but Shakhtar aren't a bad side, so that won't be straightforward for Feyenoord, I don't think. We'll see what happens. So, shock horror. We've got Real Betis. Oh. Liam's not available at the minute, so he wanted me to let him know who we got. Tough tie. We haven't got an easy tie. We are at home first, then away in the second leg. We're against Real Betis, another bloody Spanish team. Arsenal got Sporting Club de Portugal, which isn't straightforward for them. Juventus got Freiburg, which I'm looking forward to. That's a good tie. Ties to be played, by the way, on the 9th and the 16th of March. So not long to go. Why are you not in bed? Because I'm doing the stream, pal. Otherwise, I probably would have been still in bed. Let's be honest. I'm a lazy bugger. So Manchester United will be facing another Spanish team, and it is Real Sociedad, which is not the best to offer us. However, it could have been a lot worse. So Erste FC Union Berlin will be taking on Union Saint-Gilloise. Sevilla will be taking on Fenerbahce. Juventus taking on SC Freiburg. Bayern 04 Leverkusen taking on Ferencváros. Sporting Club de Portugal will be taking on Arsenal. Manchester United taking on Real Betis. AS Roma host Real Sociedad. And last but not least, it's FC Shakhtar Donetsk taking on Feyenoord. So that's the UEFA Europa League one done. The Conference League one I'll tell you about now, because that's coming up. That's coming up soon, that it is. That's coming up at 12 o'clock, so we've got a bit of a break before then. So I'll tell you who's in the draw for the Conference League. West Ham United are one of them. So you got the seeded teams. Istanbul Başakşehir, West Ham United, Villarreal, Nice, AZ Alkmaar, Djurgardens, Sivasspor, Slovan Bratislava. And then the unseeded teams are K Gent, Basel, Lazio, Lech Poznan, Fiorentina, Larnaca, Anderlecht, and Sheriff Tiraspol. So some good teams in there. Fiorentina, Lazio, Basel, Villarreal, West Ham, Alkmaar, Nice, all in that draw. So that'll be interesting. That draw will be coming up at 12 o'clock today. In the meantime, the draw is done for the Europa League. But don't go anywhere, of course, because coming up at 12 o'clock we've got the UEFA Conference League draw. And very quickly, just a reminder, coming up on the channel in the next couple of days, we have got a match day vlog tomorrow. I'm going to a mass game. I can finally go to a mass game because I'm not busy and I'm above an hour away, so finally able to go to a mass game. So all being well, will be a vlog coming out tomorrow. Sunday, don't forget, of course, it's the Carabao Cup final taking place between Manchester United and Newcastle United. And then, of course, see if there's any other games this coming week. There's normally games on Tuesday and Wednesday night, isn't there? There's FA Cup games. FA Cup on Wednesday night. No, not Wednesday night. I thought it was Wednesday night we're playing. Yeah, playing on Wednesday night in the Cup. Ah, yes. Well, yeah, Wednesday night is Manchester United against West Ham. So might be live for that. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then I think really that's about it. I think that's about it for the moment until the weekend. So yeah, busy week this week, but next week will be back to be another fairly quiet week next week. Not much going on next week, so it'll be a fairly quieter week than this week, which is probably good news for me because it gives me a bit of a break. Right here, so the UEFA Europa League draw has been completed. I'll go through it once again for anyone who's just joined in and has missed the draw. Erste FC Union Berlin taking on Union St. Galois. Sevilla will be taking on Fenerbahce. Juventus taking on SC Freiburg. Bayern 04 Leverkusen taking on Ferencvárosi. Sporting Club de Portugal taking on Arsenal. Manchester United taking on Real Betis. AS Roma taking on Real Sociedad. And Shakhtar Donetsk taking on Feyenoord. So that is the draw done in full. Looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in the Conference League draw, because I said there'll probably be some good ties in the Europa Conference League. And of course, don't go anywhere because I'll be back again at 12 o'clock. Staying live, of course. We're going to go for a break, but at 12 o'clock it'll be the UEFA Europa Conference League draw. See you in a few minutes.
They say you're only young ones, but we live for, we die for, we live for forever. They say you're only young ones, but we live for, we live for, we live for forever. You at the hideout, where we can dream again. I'll tell you all my secrets. We're encouraged like a second skin. The kids are all dying. We're dying to believe again. Run through the open streets. We take what is needed. They say you're only young ones, but we live for, we die for, we live for forever. They say you're only young ones, but we live for, we live for, we live for forever. We can dream all night till the sun rises. visions clearer. I could change your mind. We know where we came from. Set our hearts on fire. The dreamers are all here. We could change your mind. They say you're only young ones, but we live for, we die for, we live for forever. They say you're only young ones, but we live for, we live for, we live for forever. We can dream all night till the sun rises. They say you're only young ones, but we live for, we die for, we live for forever.
You are all the things that scare me, and all the love that's in between. I come undone when I'm lying in your arms. Yeah, you know how to keep me close, too much to feed and overdose, but equilibrium is everything you are. When I'm falling down, it's easy to let go, 'cause every time I reach, you're standing below. Lift me with helium, fill me with oxygen. Oh, you are everything that keeps me breathing. When I'm up too high, I'll always be alright, because I know that you are by my side. You are my life support, my inspiration. Oh, you are everything that keeps me breathing. Oh, you are everything that keeps me breathing.
Yes, so very warm welcome if you have just joined us on this Friday afternoon nearly. Great to have your company. I'm Double Johnson, giving you live coverage of the UEFA Europa Conference League draw as it happens. Round the 16s time, we had some interesting games in the playoff rounds to get to this stage. West Ham United will be in pot 1 because they finished top of their group, while the other teams are mixed in pot 1 and pot 2. So pot 1 consists of the teams that finished top of their groups. Pot 2 consists of the playoff winners. And just for everyone's information, I'll give you the teams. So seeded teams, which is pot 1, and that's the teams that finish top of their groups, and they're automatically into the round of 16s. Is Istanbul Başakşehir, West Ham United, Villarreal, OGC Nice, AZ Alkmaar, Djurgårdens, Sivasspor, Slovan Bratislava. And pot 2, which is the unseeded teams, the teams that finished in the playoffs and qualified from the playoffs. K Gent, FC Basel, Lazio, Lech Poznan, Fiorentina, AEK Larnaca, Sheriff Tiraspol, and Anderlecht. And they're the teams featuring in this Europa Conference League draw. Welcome if you joined. Thank you very much for joining us. Let us know where you're watching from and who you want your team to face in the draw. But also make sure you drop a like on the stream as well. That would be marvellous. The draw's going to get underway very, very shortly indeed on this Friday afternoon. Right then. So, by the way, if you did miss, of course, the UEFA Europa League draw, some very intriguing ties in that draw. Manchester United being drawn against Real Betis of the Spanish La Liga. Arsenal, on the other hand, are against Sporting Club de Portugal. So some difficult ties for both of them two teams. Let's see what the Europa Conference League brings us today. The second ever UEFA Conference League. Roma being the first ever winners of the new tournament. Who's going to win it this year? Well, it certainly won't be AS Roma because Roma are in the Europa League. So let's see what happens here. Right then. Hopefully the draw doesn't take too long to start and we'll have the draw started within the next 5-10 minutes. Just a reminder of course, the regulations for the draw. Now, teams from the same league cannot play against each other. Teams from Ukraine and Russia cannot play against each other either. I don't really think there's any. I don't think there is any teams that clash in this draw. Not that I know of. Obviously, teams from the same pot can't play against each other either. West Ham United can play any of the teams in pot 2. Let's have a look as well here. Excuse me. No, I don't think there's any. There's no teams that clash today. No, so this is basically an open draw. This one, anyone can play against anyone, and there is no restrictions in this draw. Right here. Well, let's get the draw straight underway. Hopefully, let's hope they don't take too long. West Ham United, obviously a team to look out for. Everyone in England will be watching out for West Ham United to see how they do. They've been doing really poorly in the Premier League, but in the UEFA Conference League, they haven't done too badly. Been getting themselves fairly far. Can they go all the way this year and win a European title? I doubt it, mind, because there is some really good teams in this competition. Başakşehir are a good side. Villarreal. Nice, they're a good time. What I like to say, they're a nice team. Where's the actual final being held? No, so that's AZ Alkmaar. Where's the final being held? That's what I want to know. Who's hosting the final? The road to Prague. Oh, so it's going to be, looks like Slavia Prague's ground that's hosting the final. Conference League has useless teams in it on the group stage. Final in Prague. Talk to us about the lads tried doing your car door handle. No one's been doing our car door handle, so I don't know where you've got that information from. Nothing's happened to the car door handle. So I don't know what you're going on about. One of my favourite Does This Football Sense stories that you make up, because none of it's true. No one's been trying to break our bloody car lock. Thank you very much. No one's been going at the car door. So, unless you mean when I went to Crook, when I went to Cook versus Mask and the bloody lad and the Cook lads tried to bloody pull our car door off because they're idiots. But no, that was years ago. No, that was years ago. Nothing's happened since then. That was years ago. Well, nothing's happened nowadays. There you go. Anderlecht are a good side, by the way, in this draw. Basel are a good one. Basel are a good team. Really are a good side. Fiorentina also in this. Why would you go to Cook, lol? Because it was Cook versus Mask in the FA Cup, and Cook was... Cook is literally County Durham, so it was literally about 30-40 minutes down the road. Last time I'm going to Cook, though, because it was awful. They were trying to bloody rough bunch, really are rough bunch. So I'm fairly glad that we aren't going against them again. Because bloody rough lot. Well, that group of lads were, yeah. The group of lads were. The other fans were alright, to be honest. The other Cook fans were alright, let's be honest. It was a strange one. Very, very strange one, but there you go. Yes. I'd rather go Hemlington. Hemlington don't have a football club. So, wondering why you went to that armpit. Mate, in fairness, right, Cook's ground is decent, non-league wise. Decent ground. Here he is, Claudio Ranieri, number 2, Giorgio Marchetti. He's Deputy General Secretary, I believe that is. So, they have loads of different roles, don't they, with UEFA? Fingers crossed though for a good draw. See what happens in this. A draw's going to get underway within the next couple of minutes. And, of course, there is no restrictions. This is a fully open draw because you haven't got any teams from the same league in different pots. At the minute, of course, a reminder of the teams. Istanbul Basaksehir here. They're in pot 1 with West Ham United, Villarreal, OGC Nice, AZ Alkmaar, Djurgardens, Sivasspor, Slovan Bratislava. And in pot 2 is Ghent, Basel, Lazio, Lech Poznan, Fiorentina, Larnaca, Sheriff Tiraspol, and Anderlecht. Or Anderlecht, however they're pronounced. Anderlecht. That's the sort of German way of saying it. So, there's some good teams. I mean, Sheriff did alright, if you remember, in Champions League ages ago. Sheriff were a decent side. Fiorentina, good side. Basel, Lazio, very, very good teams. Anderlecht are a decent side. Ghent. So there's some tough teams in there. AZ Alkmaar are not a bad side either. Nice, Villarreal, West Ham, Başakşehir as well. So there's some good teams, some well-known teams, and some good teams in the competition. So it'll be very interesting. Of course, the winners of this competition does go straight to the Europa League. But it's all down to who turns up at the end of the day, and these round of 16 ties will decide who goes to the next round. And don't forget, of course, by the way, that we've what was I going to say? I was going to say something and then it's just completely gone now. I can't remember what I was going to say. Never mind. The final ambassador and the person that will be doing the draw tonight from the Czech Republic is Vladimir Smisa from the Czech Republic. Won the UEFA Champions League in 2005 with Liverpool, as well as the 2001 Cup as well. And he's the Europa Conference League final ambassador for this year because the final's taking place in Prague. Looking forward to seeing who West Ham get, because West Ham, by the way, will be away from home. West Ham away from home for the first tie, because pot 2 always seems to be at home first and then away second. So it'll be West Ham travelling away first, and then they'll have the home tie in the second leg. Is it starting? Well, it'll be starting in the moment. They're just currently doing the usual yakking. Chit chat, you know, you name it. Do us a favour, by the way, drop us a like and stream. I've already done so. Thank you very much indeed. And best of luck to all the teams in the draw. Let's see who gets who in the draw then. Up your nose, everyone. Right, enough of the chat and get on with it. In the meantime, let's explain how the teams got to this stage. Or at least the teams that didn't finish top of the group. So in the playoffs we had Anderlecht. They drew, I think, on aggregate against Ludo Goretz. Went to penalties in the end. Was 2-2 on aggregate. Anderlecht won on penalties 3-0. Oh dear. Against Ludogorets. Cluj drew 0-0 with Lazio, but Lazio won in the first leg, which means they went through. Dnipro was 0-0 against Larnaca, but again Larnaca went through from the first leg result. Sheriff Tiraspol came back from 1-0 down in the first leg to win 3-1 at Partizan Belgrade, and that's knocked Partizan out, so Sheriff Tiraspol are through. Basel finished off Trabzonspor. They lost the first leg but won the second leg. They won 2 on aggregate. Fiorentina won 7-2 on aggregate, so they absolutely demolished Braga in the end. Ghent against Karabag. Ghent qualified on penalties after it ended 1-1 on aggregate between them and Karabag. And Lech Poznan also they drew 0-0 in the first leg in Norway, but they won the home leg by 1-0, so they're qualified and they're through to this knockout stage again. And remember, the same as the UEFA Europa League, the round of 16 games will be taking place on the 9th and the 16th of March. And of course, West Ham United will be away from home on the 9th and then at home on the 16th of March. So they've got a bit of a... Them as well as United and Arsenal have got a bit of a tough couple of weeks coming up. Rightio. Once Harry Potter decides to stop yakking and gets on with a draw, then I'll be able to tell you who gets who. Right, can we start? This is the boring part, is waiting for the draw to actually begin. Right, let me know who you'd like to see West Ham go up against, because I say Tobias Headstuck. I know, it does look like, I think it's, what's his actual name? It does look German, his name, I think it's German. His name's German, isn't it? Tobias Headstuck. Right, teams to be drawn. Group winners, of course. Istanbul, Başakşehir, West Ham United, Villarreal, Nice, Alkmaar, Djurgårdens, Sivasspor, Slovan Bratislava. And they're the group winners to be drawn. And the knockout round playoff winners are, of course, Ghent, Basel, Lazio, Lech Poznan, Fiorentina, Larnaca, Sheriff Tiraspol and Anderlecht. The draw is now starting, so best of luck to all the teams in the draw, and let's go. Here we go.
Group winners or the seeded teams into the bowl, so we'll be ready.
Here we go. Best of luck to all the teams. Let's go.
Unseeded and paid seeded teams. And now I will ask our friend and legend Vladimir to start with the winners of the playoffs. First team, first pairing, and first team to play first leg at home.
First team out of the pot, which is pot 2, is AEK Larnaca.
From Cyprus, very first time.
Larnaca, the Cypriot team, qualified
Vladimir
for the stage. I think they've qualified for the knockout stage for the very, very first time in their history. Who will be their round of 16 tie? Larnaca of Cyprus take on West Ham United. That's an easy one for West Ham. That should be a West Ham win, easily. Is that Mark Noble there? That's Mark Noble. Yeah, West Ham United should win that. That should be a piece of pie for them. Larnaca against West Ham. That's an easy one for them. First team out as well. Next team out is ACF Fiorentina, another Italian side. Wasn't Larnaca the one United had? No, Omonia. The one we had was Omonia, another Cypriot team. This is a different Cypriot team. We had Omonia in the UEFA League. Sivasspor will be taking on Fiorentina, so that's a tough tie for Sivasspor. That really is. Fiorentina's not an easy place to go, so. And they have just knocked out Braga 7-2 on Uga, and Braga were a very, very good side, so. Isn't ammonia what you learn about in chemistry? No, it's ammonia or ammonia or however it's pronounced. It's spelled O-M-O-N-I-A, something like that. Next team out of the pot. Next team out of the pot is SS Lazio. And Lazio will be against AZ Alkmaar. Ooh. That's an interesting one to call it. AZ Alkmaar against Lazio. And two good sides. So it's Italian against Dutch, that is. Alkmaar doing quite well in their league at the minute, and Lazio a good side. Lech Poznan are the next team out. So who will be travelling to Poland to take on Lech? It's going to be... unscrew your balls. That sounds awful, that. Djurgardens. Lech Poznan against Djurgardens. That should be a win for Lech, let's be honest. Lech Poznan should win that. Against Djurgardens of Sweden, I believe. And the next team out is FC Basel. FC Basel 1893. 1893 FC Basel. 1893 FC Basel taking on Slovan Bratislava. Very difficult for Slovan. Very, very difficult for Slovan Bratislava, that. Slovakian giants, but that's a very tough tie for them. Away to Basel. I think you can say bye to them. Basel are a good side. Sheriff Tiraspol. We all know about Sheriff. Sheriff obviously side knocked the beat Real Madrid the other season in the Champions League, didn't they?
Remember their extraordinary performance in Madrid in Champions League last year. And the Sheriff Tiraspol will have to play against OGC Nice.
Sheriff Tiraspol taking on OGC Nice.
1960.
That's a tough one. Bit of a tough one to call. Sheriff have a good side. So Nice a tough one.
Underleg process with many
Anderlecht.
European trophies in their showcase.
Anderlecht, one of the most successful sides in Belgium,
Cup Winners' Cup twice.
will be up against
2 opponents for possible for Anderlecht.
Toast.
See if they go east or west.
Anderlecht playing Villarreal.
Facing Villarreal.
Difficult. Very difficult for Anderlecht. Villarreal,
Europa League in 21, but everybody
obviously,
remember their semi-final in the Champions League last year
former Europa League,
versus Liverpool.
former Europa League champions, if you remember.
And
Ghent.
is of course the last team drawn from this spot, and Ghent will face the last opponent possible.
Villarreal coming soon.
Part of the group winners, which is Istanbul Başakşehir. So Ghent versus Istanbul Başakşehir.
Okay, Ghent taking on Istanbul Başakşehir.
Well done, gentlemen. Let's
Why didn't you get chip shop? So couldn't be
final
bothered.
result of the round of 16 draw. A lot of exciting matches to look forward to, as you would expect.
Interesting ties, I have to say, in that draw. This is the draw in full then. West Ham United finishing top. They are rewarded with a trip to AEK Larnaca, so they are off to Cyprus. Realistically, a game they should absolutely win. Fiorentina are at home to Sivasspor. Very tough tie for Sivasspor, away to them. Lazio taking on AZ Alkmaar. Difficult one to call, to be honest. Lazio might have the slight edge, but it's a tough one to call. Lech Poznan taking on Djurgardens. Realistically, Lech should win that. FC Basel, I was talking to Slovan Bratislava. Tough tie for Slovan, especially away to Basel. Sheriff Tiraspol against OGC Nice. Not the easiest one to call, as both teams are doing alright at the moment. Anderlecht, the most successful side in Belgium, taking on Villarreal, so another difficult tie. And Ghent taking on Istanbul Başakşehir, which is also going to be a fairly tasty affair. So West Ham away to Larnaca, should be a piece of piss for them, let's be honest. No respect to Larnaca, but it's West Ham United, and Larnaca aren't that good, let's be honest. So I think realistically West Ham will absolutely win that. But that concludes both draws for today then, and that will finish off the stream for today. Thank you everyone who's been joining us today. Thank you very much everyone. Don't forget I'm back on Sunday with the Carabao Cup final between Manchester United and Newcastle. Sorry, just finishing off me bread. Yeah, join me again on Sunday for the Carabao Cup final between Manchester United and Newcastle United. I've been Darryl Johnson. Thank you very much everyone for joining us. Drop a like on the stream. Make sure you get involved in the comment section as well down below. If you're watching this as a video, thanks for getting this far. Get involved in the comment section down below. Get involved on social media as well. You can get involved on Instagram at Daz's Football Stand, and you can also get involved on Twitter at Darryl Johnson 02, capital D ARRYL JOHNSON 02, capital D capital J, all one word, and you can get in touch with us on there, of course. Stay tuned everyone, because I'll be back again soon, and have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you again on Sunday. Bye!